Hi Kickstarter, my name is DJ, aka Last Benevolence for some. I'm a musician and a solo game developer. I'm making a game called Astraverse. The Astraverse is a science fiction fantasy RPG, and it's also a beat 'em up, kind of like games like Dragon's Crown or Double Dragons, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. It's just like those games, but with RPG elements in it. It also has a choose-your-own-adventure style of narrative gameplay. The setting and the features of Astraverse are heavily inspired by my favorite game series, Phantasy Star. You can travel to different planets, and when you go to those planets, each planet has its own culture, its own background, its own feeling, its own vibe. I've traveled to different countries around the world, and in those different countries, every time I would land, get off the plane and land, I would feel like I was landing in a whole new world, just like it is going to different planets in Phantasy Star. And I'm taking that idea and I'm putting it in Astraverse so that everyone else can also be able to experience that in a way while they're playing my game Astraverse. So far, I've been working on Astraverse for about 3 years, mostly while working full-time. On and off, it's really hard to work on a game, especially if you're a solo dev, especially if you're working a full-time job. I remember when we were in the Philippines, my wife and I, we were there for a few years, and I was working on a game called Tales of the Elements, and I worked on this game for over 2,000 hours of development time. And during that time, we went through power outages. Some were scheduled, some were not scheduled. We had typhoons, and you could imagine what it's like to plan out a whole day of development and then only to find out at the last minute when you're ready in the morning to get to work that the power is out for 12 hours. You know, and problems like that we had to deal with. And despite all of that, I was still able to finish my game. And one thing that I learned from that experience is that in order to make a game, in order to make it polished, I can't do it by myself. I need help. And that's hard to admit. I'm the kind of person that's self-motivated. I'm the kind of person that's gonna get things done myself, but I can't do that. I need your help, Kickstarter. With your help, I can be free to focus on Astraverse full time. I'll be able to really focus on polishing the game, to really make it the best game that it can be, and the best that I imagined it could be. So if you dropped by out of curiosity, or if you were interested, then I definitely encourage you to consider supporting the project. But if not, there's no pressure. You don't have to support the project, but maybe share it with someone that you think might, someone that you think would be interested in the project. And that would mean quite a bit to me. That would mean a lot. I appreciate any and all support that you can contribute. That's it.